Hoglins have been added into Minecraft. The first time that we ever got to see a glimpse of the Hoglin was at the Minecon Earth event just last year. So it's only been a few months since these guys were debuted, but over the last week and a half, we have been able to actually play with them in the game with Snapshots. Now, in Snapshot 20W06A, the first time we saw Hoglins, they really were not fully featured. Now, in 20W07A, now Hoglins have a whole bunch of personality. They actually work. Their hitbox is correct. There's a whole bunch of new things with Hoglins. So let's jump in to everything there is to know about Hoglins at the moment. I will say, at the moment is key. We are still in snapshots. Things could change. I'll probably do an updated video right before or right after the actual release comes out. Everything is still in development mode, so things could change. But without further ado, let's jump in. So here we are inside of Minecraft, and we are inside of a Crimson Forest, one of the new biomes in the Nether. This is where Hoglins are going to spawn. We can see a few piglins around, and throughout this fungi forest, you can see some Hoglins. One of the Hoglins is being attacked by a piglin right now. You're not really having a good time with that. He attacked back a little bit. I just kind of want to watch this fight. You know, he's kind of running away. Oh, he stepped in some lava. Oh my gosh, who's gonna win? I'm gonna shoutcast this right now. Hoglin taking some damage. Piglin coming in from the back. Oh, and it's a massacre. So, first off, let's take a look at what was dropped. You got some leather, and you also got a cooked pork chop. If you kill a Hoglin without it being on fire, then it will just drop a normal pork chop, which is probably what's going to happen right here, since we got two piglins, maybe even a baby piglin on it. Did it drop a pork chop? There it goes. So pork chop on the ground. You briefly saw it as the piglin picked it up. So we've been seeing a lot of piglin on Hoglin action here. And what's going on is that the piglins, every once in a while for fun basically, will attack a Hoglin. But they actually get along just fine when they're just hanging out. So when the piglin doesn't decide to be aggressive towards a Hoglin, they just chill out here in the Nether, and neither are actually aggressive towards one another. Although we keep seeing them attack each other here all the time. Now, both Hoglins and piglin are aggressive to the player the first time that they see them. Man, our piglins here are just destroying. I'm trying to record a video, not about you guys, okay? We're focused on Hoglins. Go away. Here we go. Here's some Hoglins, and as you run up to them, they are aggressive to the player right off the bat. So they will try to rush the player. I currently have some gold armor on to make sure that the piglins don't mess with me. Here, you can kind of see what their attack is. They will sometimes throw you higher up into the air, similar to how like an iron golem kind of tosses you up into the air, so you get that sort of like push up effect a little bit. But also you can imagine in the Nether that is pretty effective, considering that you have lots of edges with lots of drops and lots of lava, and when you're up in the air you really cannot control how you move and how you get around. Now every once in a while they'll kind of, I've noticed this may just be a glitch in their behavior, but they'll run off. But also I've heard that they don't like these this little warped fungi. So if you happen to be like overwhelmed and run towards a warped fungi, then they will leave you alone. Also, I'm holding some warped fungi, put it down. Look at that, they run away. I've heard that if you hold it in your hand, then they won't attack. Although sometimes I've found less success over that, and more success with actually warped fungi being on the ground. Then you can just stand on some and they'll run away. Now, while Hoglins hate the warped fungi, they actually really like the crimson fungi. So we're gonna gather a bit of crimson fungi up here. So I have a few Hoglins here. I have a fungi to protect me. We can go in here and feed these Hoglins some of the crimson. Oh, I died! Okay, we got these two. Let's see. Oh, apparently it fed them. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Yeah, guys, I forgot my golden armor. Ah, I'm gonna die so bad. I bet you I know what happened. I dropped the gold armor, and the piglins wanted it, so they picked it up. Either way, in order to breed 2 hoglins, you use the crimson fungi. Then the 2 hoglins will fall in love, and da 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 da, kiss the girl, and voila, you get a baby hoglin as a result. That one was from earlier. There we go. That's the baby from here. Now, baby hoglins are interesting because they will still attack the player. Let me make sure that I have some gold armor on before I go back into survival mode. So they will attack the player, but as you can see, I'm only wearing a single, oh, they're lagged out just a bit, a single piece of golden armor, and they're really not hurting me all that much. Oh my gosh, get out of here! I've been withered. Oh my gosh. So what you can do is you can just really just punch a little baby hoglin and they'll like run off. They're like, eh, no. And then there they go. Look, he's like, ow, ow, ow. So they like to make a lot of noise. They like to bump you around, but they're kind of like silverfish, and in terms of not really hurting you all that much. And the moment you give them a little punch, they run off like a baby. You're a baby. That's right. Don't come near me. 2 fun facts before we move on to a little bit more stuff is that hoglins can catch on fire, which is interesting because most of the creatures in the nether, well, I guess really just ghasts will not catch on fire, neither will the pigmen, but piglin and hoglins will. Let me set him on fire there, which is kind of just an interesting thing. They live in the nether, but yet catching them on fire will hurt them. So there you go. The next interesting little bit is that hoglins are hostile mobs, and no other hostile mob implemented into the game can be bred. You cannot breed zombies or skeletons or even spiders, but hoglins you can breed, which is rather interesting. The only other thing in the entire game that is like this is the killer bunny, but because that's not implemented, I'm saying that that one doesn't count because you can't actually get the killer bunny in the game. Over here back in the overworld, if a iron golem sees a hoglin, they will attack. They do not like the hoglin creatures. So you can see that iron golem just dealt with that hoglin, no problem, no biggie at all. Look at him go. Oh my gosh, the hoglins are attacking the iron golem as well, which is interesting because see how the iron golem throws up the hoglin? Well, hoglins sort of do the same thing as well, but whoa, okay. These poor hoglins don't know what's happening. There you go. See, he bounced up a bit. Nice. Okay, so that iron golem definitely has it where it counts when it comes to them piglins, or hoglins, I should say. Now, it looks like the hoglins are not naturally attacking the villagers. So that's nice for the villagers. They're not actually going to be, you know, messed with from the hoglins. Also, I do want to quickly mention that the crimson fungi, which is what will breed the hoglins together, is technically a renewable resource in the strictest of senses. Crimson fungi will obviously spawn in the nether, in the crimson forests, but you can't just like say bone meal the ground and get more crimson fungi to grow, although you can barter for crimson fungi with the piglins. So you could get gold, which is renewable, especially with zombie pigman farms, but you can get gold, which is renewable, feed it to the piglins, and then the piglins will throw you crimson fungi every once in a while, and that is how you could get a whole bunch of that if you don't want to just walk around the world and find crimson fungi. And then finally, whenever you get a baby, you can also feed that baby crimson fungi. Whoops, I didn't mean to plant. And it will start to grow faster, just like with most of the other baby type of animals. So if you feed it, like if you feed seeds to a baby chicken, then it'll grow up into an adult faster. And that is the same scenario with the crimson fungi. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. There he goes. Oh my gosh, now we got an iron golem on him, poor guy. So if you feed him with the crimson fungi, then he will grow into an adult much, much faster. And there you have it. That is everything there is to know about those adorable little hoglins. When we first saw hoglins, it was explained that this would be the food source of the nether, and I believe that that is true. Hoglins drop that pork, so if you plan on living in the nether, you would need to gather a few hoglins together, keep them in a pen that would not kill the player, and then you would have your meat food source in the nether. That's all you need to know about those hoglins. Thanks so much for watching this episode of OMG Craft. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a big ol' thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe for future videos, tips, tricks, tutorials, and spotlights here on OMG Craft. We'll see you in the next video. Bye!